need a wife. Yo, life is looking kinda crazy. I can't wait till the day I got a baby, yeah.
The dapper rapper on you now. Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Caine, EmoKanga. We're gonna call me, and sorry I look like your stepdad today. I've been planning to make this video for months, but every time I tried to make it, it was just oddly hard for me. I don't know why. I was just really confused on what to say and what to do. After a few months of getting this down, I finally got it right. So today we're going to be talking about my bullying experience. Now I'm not making this for sympathy, I'm making this because a lot of people look up to me. I want you guys to know how I overcame these things. So I've been bullied throughout my whole life. I was practically the only white kid in my schools. So of course, with that being the thing of slavery, I was always beaten up or got into fights. This even started when I was in first grade. Kind of ridiculous considering I was in first grade and I was being beaten up on the side of the school every time the teacher turned their heads. There was this one time where I was locked in a library with just me and a bully, and his friends locked us in the library so he can beat the shit out of me. I was just a scrawny little kid. I couldn't even try to defend myself. This kid was a lot taller than me and had a shit ton of strength. And mind you, this is first grade. He started throwing books at me, he started beating me with books. Whenever I couldn't take anymore and I was on the ground, he legit laid on my fucking face. I'm pretty sure if he put any more pressure than what he did, my neck would have snapped. The teachers caught it on camera, they came in, they stopped everything. I had bits of my skin torn off of my cheek. Come several times where people would slam my head against a brick wall, throw water at me to ruin my shirts, lock me in closets so I can't get out. Sooner or later they found out that my stepdad was a cop. Then they stopped fucking with me. I was also bullied by one of my math teachers. He would always pick on me for being white. There's one time where I kept raising my hands to answer questions as I do, and basically he called me out in the middle of class. This is exactly what he said. Just because you're white doesn't mean you're able to have a special privilege above everyone else in this class. If you want to keep acting like you're better than everyone else, then get the fuck out of my class, white boy. That's not me making bullshit up. But yeah, that was elementary school. Now in middle school, I was growing up a little bit. Some of the kids in my grade would sometimes take my stuff and run around the whole school dumping all my shit out of my backpack. I'd always get into a lot of fights after school. At the time, that one kid chased me around the whole gym with a pen while everyone stood there watching as he tried to stab me. It was fucking terrifying. Dude, I kept running. I did a little dolphin dive into the bleachers behind the coach, so just in case something did happen, I could blame it on the coach. Man, mind you, I was the only white person in that school. For some time, there were middle school dances. I never got a date to a dance. I was never able to get a girlfriend in middle school because I was white. They said, ew, I don't want to go with a white boy. But me not being able to get a date to a dance didn't stop me from going to the dance. Then there was homecoming. Everyone around the school had to vote on a homecoming king and queen. Funnily enough, I placed second in homecoming king, and I'm assuming that's because all the girls voted for me. I was mainly bullied because I hung around a lot of girls. They were all nice to me. They felt bad for me because I got bullied by the guys. Not all girls didn't like me because I was white. Understood what I was going through. And that's probably why I have a lot of friends that are girls today. And at the end of 6th grade, there was a school trip to go to Disney. There was a shit ton of people going. We would get on 3 buses and go all the way to Orlando. And when we got to the hotel at Disney, I found out that I was placed in a room with a good 5 of my bullies. I only had one friend in there. The room was made for 4 people, so of course some of the guys are gonna have to sleep in the same bed. So of course I slept in the bed with my friend because he's my friend and all the other motherfuckers are my bullies. So them being the assholes they were, they took pictures of us laying in bed. We were on opposite sides of the bed. They started putting white shit on our faces while we laid in bed, took pictures. After the trip they sent it to people, and I got bullied by legitimately everyone for thinking that I was gay. That was the most fucked up part of my life. It even came to the point where I got my head busted open. I was sitting on the bus, some kid sat next to me, I looked over, grabbed my face, and he slammed the back of my head against the bus window. Now I have a very bad anger issue. I dislocated his jaw, broke his nose, and punched a few teeth out. One kid in the back of the bus screamed, he's bleeding. I checked the back of my head and I'm dripping in blood. If I didn't get to the emergency room and get 7 staples in my head while I did, I would have contracted a blood clot. That blood clot would have stopped the oxygen going for my brain. I would have then went into a deprivation of sleep and died. I couldn't handle it anymore. So I asked my mom if I could be homeschooled. She listed the pros and cons of it. I decided staying home with no friends, doing my courses online would be a lot better than going to school and being tormented. So until 6th grade until now, I've been homeschooled. So at the start of high school when I became a freshman, I decided, hey, it'd be cool to go back to school and maybe the bullying and all that shit would have been off considering I'm older. Nope. I went to high school, got in a fight, got locked out of class. I was also bullied by a teacher for being white. As they were talking about American history, and she points at me and she says, our ancestors were enslaved by that boy's kind. Listen here, you little bitch. You're wrong. I'm actually American Indian. You motherfuckers came over and stole my land. So suck my dick. And then I left school to come back to homeschooling the next day, and now I'm in college 2 years ahead. I'm also a senior at 16, and I'm scoring straight A's on all my classes. And I'm actually doing pretty well in life right now. That goes to show you can do something about it ahead of time. If you're being bullied in school or anything, if you have to be homeschooled, then be homeschooled. Take action now that it can benefit your life later. Wait until it gets worse and then I see you commit suicide. Sometimes do my schoolwork in my boxers and there's no one to actually give a shit. So I highly recommend you do something if you're being bullied in school. Anyways guys, that's my story. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Hopefully this kind of inspired you in some type of way. There's a lot more things that happen. I just pointed out the bigger things. Do whatever you have to. For the hashtag cut soap now wrist, I'll see you guys another time and have a good day.